TheEpicGuyz here for the Nanatsu No Taizai, or the 7 Deadly Sins, Chapter 198, titled The Fairy and the King. As well, happy Halloween everybody out there, but anyways, let's get started. So, this chapter, as pretty much we can get from last chapter, it's 100% a King and Diane chapter. And honestly, these two really aren't my favorite sins. I definitely know Diane's my least favorite, and King is alright to me. I know King's like big, like he's huge. A lot of people love King. I don't know, I just don't like. I like King, I just don't love him. So whenever it's like a King Diane thing, I'm kind of like, all right, we'll see how this goes. But this one, definitely there's some questions and definitely some parts I really enjoyed. So main thing I just got like a couple things I talk about. It seems like Diane's memory is back, and I don't know. Like we kind of got like hints that it was slowly coming back, but like in this chapter, it was like 100% back. That's what it seemed like. And like King and Diane knew like they both like each other, and now they kind of seem like going something with it now. So guess I'm quite happy for that, because Diane's like memory loss is kind of a little bit annoying towards the end of the tournament arc, but it's very strange how it just kind of like just happened and we didn't get that moment where she like remembered everything. As well, another question is, we do see Maltrona, well, we knew Maltrona was alive, but we do see her kids, the kids that she's taking care of, who disappeared, and like the main reason why Diane and Maltrona went to go find them. They went to the maze and they thought like the kids went there, and that's how they like end up in the big tournament and like hosted by Gloxiania and Delore. And again, what? I swear I don't remember any chapter, in any moment in chapters before, where we saw like the kids come back and we saw Maltrona. Like, yeah, I do not remember that. So I guess again, very confused as to why the kids are back. I didn't see Diane's already back, but whatever. So first thing we'll talk about, we get to like that little fan sort of stuff in the beginning, and we see that they're embarrassed, and Diane's kind of implying that it didn't sprout. So Diane's not thinking the same thing King's thinking when he thinks sprout. We know what Diane's thinking. Yeah. King, however, he says the wings on his back. And there's been a big question in the Taizai like fandom as why isn't King, the fairy king, like the fairy king who rules over all the fairies, doesn't have wings, but all the other fairies have some sort of wings, and King and Eileen both do not have wings, and it's very weird, I would say. And we get some sort of like hint towards like they have to sprout. Like it seems like King has had them before, because we do know that King and Diane need a very like, they need to get power. Like they need to get stronger, they need to train, they need some sort of power, because right now, compared to the other sins, Merlin, Escort, and Meliodas, Ban is still, he still hasn't have such a, but Ban and Gothier, they're like top tier. Like King and Diane are kind of like the lower tier of the sins, so they definitely need some sort of like power. Maybe like, I wouldn't be surprised if King like unlocks his true potential, or like his true power, by sprouting his wings. Because I would definitely see that happening, because it's been a big question, and that's very alarming. Very interesting to see that King does know about his wings, and then he knows that they have to sprout. Something has to happen. We don't know the conditions. But anyways, they scum what I don't know. That part of the chapter was kind of mad for me, where we see like the fan service and them in the bath, and then we see Dan talk to Maltrona, and then King like he talks about how there's a barrier over the Fairy King forest. So like we get a little confirmation on that, how why the King haven't rule over that, and we see like then they start this big celebration, and probably the best part of the chapter is during this dance. We get like 3 pages of them just like dancing, no dialogue, and we see a little bit of the panel, 2 panels. We see like a little darker figure with wings dancing in, and right away you know that it's Gloxiana, and him, the way like that one page where he like twirls Gerharde and he like brings her close, and we see some sort of like emotional attachment between the two. Honestly, this chapter has gotten me more interested in Gloxiana. I always like Gloxiana. His review was huge in the tournament. I remember like chapter 160 or what? Yeah, 160, 161, no 168. Pretty sure 160, because we get a double chapter way back. That was a huge review, and I was like, wow, that's literally what got me into reviewing Taizai. And now with this, it's very interesting. With some sort of aspect in Gloxiana's past. It just wasn't because of the war, but something else happened, because it definitely seems like Gloxiana and Gerharde, with that fairy with like what I covered, they had some sort of connection. Because we did see the tournament when Gloxiana brought out Gloxiana and Delore brought out 2 fighters. Gloxiana brought out like a fairy like leaf creature. Like he made like a leaf fairy, a maple leaf fairy that looked a lot like Gerhardt. And that was very interesting, and that kind of went nowhere in the tournament. But now it's being brought back, and I would not be surprised that like if somehow like the humans like betrayed like or something like that, where Gerhardt had like sacrificed himself for the humans being selfish and didn't want to do something, and Gerhardt and Gloxiana sacrificed their love, and ever since then Gloxiana has this like grudge and like hatred towards the humans. That's why he joined the Ten Commandments. The demons would not be surprised. But anyways, beautiful. That was probably my favorite part of the chapter. We see them all dancing. We see Gloxiana hitting and he twirls and he's holding her like this, and we definitely know Gerhardt has no recognition of who he is whatsoever. Like, it's just one memory loss. Again, memory loss. Diane, interesting. Whatever. Very interesting. Very, very concerning, and I definitely am liking where Gloxiana's like character is going. I really want more. Basically, the chapter ends off. We see Diane and King disappear from the huge dance. Everyone's confused, and we see them confronted in some weird old place. I would not be surprised if the old fairy kingdom. Definitely maybe when Gloxiana ruled, because they kind of just transported there. And basically, we just end up, we see Gloxiana Dolor versus King and Diane. And we kind of knew this matchup was going to happen from the very beginning. Like, the old King of Giants and the old Fairy King versus Diane and King, who was a Fairy King. And Diane, we don't know much about the Giants. So I don't know what Diane's like role is in the Giants. She's definitely one of the stronger Giants, but I don't know if she's like the ruler of the Giants. But it's definitely like been like given out that it's gonna be King Diane versus Dolor and Gloxiana. And you know what? I'm kind of excited. Not excited that it was for the previous matchups we saw before, but this is one I definitely want to see. I definitely want to see. My hopes for this at the end is we see Gloxiana, and I mean not Gloxiana, but see Diana and Kate go through some major development, get some character development, breakthrough, get stronger, because they need some intense power-ups to like match up to others in the matches and tournaments. Because there's no way right now what we see, there's no way that we're gonna see them defeat Gloxiana and Dolor, because those two were a duel, and we really haven't seen much from Dolor. We know Dolor's eye with Hawk. That's again a very big mystery, but we don't know much from Dolor. So I would not be pretty sad or pretty like mad if we don't get more from Dolor this couple fight. Though we are close. We have 2 more chapters for the big Twins chapter. Though next week we are getting a break, so I would not be surprised the week after we get a double chapter. Definitely would not be surprised. But anyways, this has been Epic, guys. Not much really like to talk about besides like, the King Wings and we see Gloxiana with Gerhardt. Those are the 2 major things that I talk about. Anyways, really excited. Not really excited. Kind of excited for the next chapter. I will see you 2 weeks from now. Bye.